Hey my friends, this is Daniel Aldie, and today I want to talk with you about how to seek money from investors. And as an active investor, I can tell you that I get plenty of pitches. Some of them are good, and of course, most of them are bad. And today I want to clear things up by giving you 5 things that you need to know before you pitch an investor. So listen up. The first thing that you need to know before you approach an investor is to put yourself in their position. Put yourself in their shoes. Understand where they're coming from. Because if you're going to ask for money, you've got to know exactly what their psychology may be. The real question that they may be asking is, why would I invest in this company? Why would I invest in this person? What makes them different? What makes them special? And how much profit could I get? Do I really like this kind of company? And do I see the potential growth? Those are the kind of questions that investors are going to ask in their mind. If you understand the side of the investor, you're going to be able to approach them much differently. Instead of cutting and pasting your business plan and sending it to them over email, you're going to be able to take a more strategic approach and make sure that you understand exactly what they want out of that potential transaction or relationship. For instance, I get a lot of cold pitches that don't make any sense. They'll say, Daniel, can you connect me with some billionaires? Daniel, can you post my content on your YouTube channel? Daniel, can you get me connected with the best and the brightest in the world? And I have to ask myself as an investor, who are these people and where do they really want to go? How can I help them, and how, of course, can they help me and the people that I work with? The second thing that you really need to do to get money from investors is to get their attention. Before you get into their wallet, you have to get their eyeballs to be looking at you. Once you get their attention, once they're hearing you out, then you have to be able to persuade them into understanding exactly what it is that you offer. In order to do this, you have to present yourself exceedingly well, because you're not the first pitch that they've ever heard. Now you might be asking, how do you do this? Well, you have to engage them early and often. If you're presenting your story, if you're presenting your case, and you're presenting your business plan, and you do it in such a way that grabs their attention, most likely they're going to listen to your whole entire pitch. But in order to pitch them correctly, you have to be able to relate to them. And the way you relate to them is by doing the research. You have to understand what their experiences are. You can't pitch somebody about cell phones if they have no experiences in that arena. Now you might be asking, how do I get and keep their attention? Well, first, you're going to have to do a lot of research. You're going to have to understand their background and experiences before you even decide to pitch them. I've seen so many cold pitches of people who are asking questions that they already have access to. All they needed to do was do the research. If they had done the research, then they probably never would have asked their question, and they never would have lost their credibility. Make sure that the investor can relate to what you're talking about, because remember, the confused mind says no. If you're talking about something that goes straight over their head, which a lot of pitches do, then they'll never be able to understand you and throw money at your investment. But if you're clear, concise, and articulate, you can help them understand exactly what you do, and that in turn can help you receive the funds that you absolutely need to grow your business. Now I'm going to tell you that there's a lot of things that you don't want to do when you're pitching other people. Make sure you're respectful of their time. Don't just drop a whole bunch of famous billionaires and think that's going to get you in the door. Make sure you understand who you're talking to and hold their attention based on what their needs are, not necessarily what your needs are. Because if you understand their needs, eventually you can help them understand your needs. The third tip is to use emotional appeal. Every investor has a soft spot. Every investor has a passion that they really want to invest in. And if you can help unleash that passion through your business and through your potential investment, then eventually they can say yes. The best way to use emotional appeal when talking to an investor is to share your story. Now, not every investor has time to hear a story, so you want to make sure that that story is told in a profound way. If you don't look confident when you're sharing your story, then they're not confident in your story and they're less likely to listen to you. Be sure to show them what your personality actually is, not what you think they want it to be. A lot of people come off fake or they come off salesy because they think they have to be a certain way. No, my friends, you have to be who you are. Because if you can become who you are, then they'll understand that this is a real person who wants to do business that can become a real entrepreneur. This means that you want to sell your idea with a passion. You want to articulate your mission. You want to articulate the vision. You want to help them see very clearly what it is you're trying to do so that they can say, you know what? This would be a good investment. This would be something that I would do so that I can see grow in our society. Eventually, you want to use emotional appeal to get that investor to buy into your passion, to buy into your zeal, to buy into your business. Because if you have access to their capital as an investment to your business, eventually you can grow and help so many people around the world. So if you use emotional appeal, you'll get their attention and you may get them to say yes. The fourth way to seek money from investors is to know your numbers. There's so many people who don't know their numbers. They don't know how many widgets they sold. They don't know how much money they earned. They don't know exactly what the numbers are and the statistics are, and so that's why they're unable to close the deal. The fact is that every single investor wants to invest with someone that has a track record, someone with proven experiences. Because if you can sell your product or service at a low level, that means that if you receive the money that you need, you'll be able to sell it on a high level. If you're afraid of sales, most investors are going to run away from that. If you have no proven experiences, most investors are automatically going to tell you no. They don't want to invest in you because you haven't really done anything with what you've created. Every entrepreneur needs to learn how to sell. And if you can learn how to sell your idea to an investor, you should be able to sell your products and services to the consumer. Also, keep in mind that whenever you're presenting facts and figures, you want to give them the bottom line. Show them the net profit. Don't show them all the numbers. Show them exactly what they need to see. Remember, you want to get straight to action, and investors know how to think in numbers and statistics. So if you show them the numbers, eventually they can say yes, and they can send that money over your way. Remember that you get paid based on the convenience that you deliver to the marketplace. So if you make it easier for your investor and make them say, you know what, this person is really easy to work with, eventually you'll get the money to fund your business. The fifth and last tip is to ask boldly. Look, my friends, if you want to ask for the money, ask for the money. You're probably going to be asking for more money than you ever received. So if you're going to ask, be bold and make sure you follow up when you ask. Some people just ask once, the investor might think about it, but if you don't follow up, you're never going to know exactly what the answer might be. So follow up, because eventually on a second, third, or even 20th attempt, you might actually get their attention and they might actually say yes. Be fearless when it comes to asking. Know who you're asking and also what you're asking for from that person. Make sure that you ask with faith, ask with expectancy, and don't just give up after one rejection. Keep on going. Keep on talking to as many people as you can. Sometimes you've got to get money from multiple investors. Maybe you might need $50,000 and one person has $20,000 that they're willing to give and another person has $30,000 that they're willing to give. Either way, you've got to take advantage of these opportunities. Remember that different amounts also have different accounts. So if you have to ask 5 or even 10 people for an investment, make sure you take that money and work on your business so that it can give them promising return. There you go, my friends. I've given you 5 tips that you absolutely need to take when it comes to asking for money. It doesn't matter if it's $5,000 or $5 million that you're asking for. These tips work for any amount. If you want to learn more about pitching, I would definitely recommend watching Shark Tank. It's always on TV and you can always search for it online. And it gives you very good ideas of what you need to do to work on your business approach and pitches when it comes to investing. All right, my friends, I hope you got exactly what you're looking for and I hope you get your investment. Subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button, and leave a comment in the section below. If you have any pitches, please send them my way. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.